My little munchkins, today we're going to be talking about something a little different. It's going to be lots of little clips, lots of little bits of films. So if I put them in the right order, it might be all right. So I want you to be judge and jury. I'm going to argue the case why we should all be putting stuff on YouTube. So shall we begin in the beginning? Yeah, this is Conway, the old way, 90. This goes back to 1991. Well, I can go a bit further back than there. But yeah, there we are, 91. This is Conway before they built the Conway Crossing. Yeah. I'm going to try and make a film and argue the case. Oops, let me stop that. Yeah, I'm going to argue the case why we should all have now be putting stuff on YouTube, and why particularly. How has it come about? What did we used to do? How did we used to do it? And why I have a strong argument why we should all be on YouTube. Okay, we're backing in here. This happens to be a Holyhead. I think it was a quick save at the time. Let's just finish the end of this film. This is when I first started driving. I mean, I wish, do you know when you go for a job interview, I wish, who remember any old truck drivers in here who remember you used to come through Conway? You had to go on the pavement to get a 45-footer through this arch. Yeah, you had to put your wheels on the pavement and then come in at the last minute, watch the corner of the trailer, watch the corner of the trailer on the wall, on your right-hand wall, look, watch. It's the only way to get it through. Trucks used to get stuck there all the time, and it was on a bit of a slope, so in the wet you couldn't back out of it because you were stuck. Once you'd come down that slope, you were stuck. Anyway, let me begin. That's what I took my learnt on. Let me begin my this is 1991. Yeah. Let me begin my story, and hopefully I put all these films in the correct order. So shall we begin, shall we? This was a play. I don't remember where this was. Was it in, I think it was in Manchester or Liverpool or something like that. And as you can see, the entrance was between the residents, and we used to turn up with noisy fridges and get outside the gate and see where it used to back. When you turn around, you used to catch the back of the building with the back of the trucks, because you're okay if you're there on your own. It was quite a tight yard, but it made it even worse. Hold on, wait a minute. What made it even worse is, who remembers John Roberts out of the Raven in Whitchurch? Wait a minute, here we are. It used to be even worse when another one turned up. So now there's two of you stuffed yourself in the yard to get unloaded. I'll bet you that place still exists. Might have even been flattened and turned into houses by now. But anyway, come on, let's TCH. Who remembers TCH? Wrexham Way, in a dairy. Anyway, let's carry on the story. I'll try not to get distracted too much. So let's begin in the beginning. In the beginning, there was a camera, wasn't there? Before the mobile phone, before any of these were about. So if you wanted to take a picture, if you wanted to take your family memories, you had to have a separate piece of equipment with you. You had to always be carrying your camera with you. You were very lucky. First of all, if you remember, it used to be a little roll of film, didn't it? And you'd send it off to the chemist, and the chemist would send it back to you. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. The chemist would send you a whole load of negatives back, and it would also send you the picture. Now, if you were lucky and you took your camera with you, and you took the right shot, you didn't cut anybody's head off, and the picture looked okay, and you got one back. Do you remember that time? Look what I found. Where Lorna next door's house is, this is the yard that used to be behind. This was to the side of us, and this was to the back. This is who remembers who used to drive these in the back? Anyway, you'd take a picture, and you would then send it off, wouldn't you? Yeah, and hopefully it came back. So then the next thing that came along, Kodak. Who remembers Kodak? You'd send your picture off, you'd get your picture, you'd have yourself a projector. You'd have to buy a projector, wouldn't you? And the light would light it up, and it would light it on the wall, and you'd get yourself a little card like this with your picture on. Yeah, who remembers them? Who remembers them? I daren't switch it on. I don't think it works. Then came the VHS. Then came the videotape, and we all put our memories. This is the holiday in Turkey. This has got such fantastic memories on it, but I doubt it very much if, first of all, you wouldn't have the machine. The machine doesn't match the television, the signal on the television. So you'd have to buy an old video machine. Marmaris. It's only as far back as 2000. This is Marmaris in 2000. To see this tape now, you'd be very lucky if it works. And you'd have to go and buy an old television, because the new televisions are a different signal. You'd have to buy an old videotape and hope it works. And these things die over a period of time. These things die, don't they? Yeah. So that didn't work very well. And we were carrying camcorders around with us, weren't we? We went from the camera to the camcorder. This is way before the phones. We had little camcorders, and sometimes they had chips. Sometimes they had actual little videotapes. Do you remember? Who remembers the little baby? Well, no, they went to these tapes first, didn't they? Who remembers this size tape on the video machines? They went from the big videos, didn't they? And then they went down to these. What have we got on this one? Transport yard. So there's something, I filmed something on the transport yard. You'll be very, very lucky, and as time goes on, it'll get more and more expensive to extract that information, that picture, that memory, whether it be family pictures, family holidays, any of that sort of stuff, you know. We've got some tapes here that are absolute Florida. Here's a Florida holiday. We know they're in there, memories, but you know, you're going to be very, very lucky to get that out of there without the tape being knackered, without the tape snapping in the machine. Gone, aren't they? Gone. They've gone. Even we went to the little baby tapes, didn't we, in the tape machines? Who remembers the baby tapes in the machines? Again, fine if you've got the equipment, fine if they still do the equipment, fine if the tape survives. You'll be very lucky to withdraw the information off that. And that's the danger with pictures and memory. We've all had pictures, we've all got pictures in cupboards, in shelves, but these damage, they get damaged, and they end up getting lost. They go missing. They have a certain life. If they can get lost for 110 different reasons, can't they? Pictures, yeah, for 110 different reasons. These are not an ideal situation. It's not an ideal situation. It was the technology of the day, But today, having these amazing things that we call mobile phones with a camera on, we should make full use of them now they're here. Now the technology has moved forward. Now we've moved into the world of CDs and memories. Now Dave, our good friend Dave, was a bit of a, he liked his equipment, his videos and that. So our good friend Dave then got those tapes that we saw upstairs and put them in his machine and transferred them, however he did it, put them in a video player and then converted them into a disc. So we're on the path to being invincible. We're on the path. These are going to last. They're not going to have the problems that the tapes have. They're not going to have the problems of the discs, that the pictures have. But nevertheless, even these can go missing. Even these can be lost in a fire, in a flood, mistakenly put in the bin when you're clearing up or whatever. However, your memories, even in this condition. Now, there are memories on here that the family want to see, because when they all come around, I sit them in front of the telly and we go through the old films and we have a great evening's entertainment. But even these, and they say, oh Reggie, can we borrow those discs? I never let these out of the house. I'm so scared of them having a scratch. You can have all these fantastic family memories, all these memories of what you've done, your activities, all the rest of it. But all it needs is one scratch, and it doesn't have to be a scratch that you put on. Something could fall on it, and that's all you need, and then all your memories are kaput. All your memories are finished. You've lost them forever. So even a disc, putting them on a disc is even a very, very dodgy way of keeping them. They are still at risk, aren't they? They're not Reggie proof, they're not idiot proof, they're not Reggie proof. So you do your best, but things can still happen to these. These can still go missing, and they are your cherished family, your cherished personal memories, aren't they? Yeah. Well, here comes my argument why you should have your own page on your own YouTube. Let's hold on a minute, let me a bit more. So what we've done, we've put those now, we put these films, these old films. Look, this is when uncoupling and coupling a trailer used to be interesting. And have you ever seen a tag axle before? This is my first year in the trucks, 1991 this is. Anyway, for some reason we had to swap trailers or do whatever we had to do. Anyway, this now is on YouTube. We put a camcorder in front of we put the tapes and the discs in the machines, sat it in front of the television, and then we turned it into a digital camcorder. And then from that we were able to put it into a YouTube page. Now this YouTube here, the why I think it's fantastic and why I do it is, well, hopefully, unless they press the big button, you're not gonna lose this in the house. This is in the ether. This is in the internet forever and a day. The water's not going to spoil this, because you'll fetch it off the computer, out of the internet. It's not going to go missing. It's not going to accidentally get damaged. It's not going to accidentally get thrown away in a bundle of stuff. I can sit here until I'm 110 and I can keep watching this video, can't I? I can be sitting here to a ripe old age, and okay, it's not the best of quality, but it brings back all my memories instantly. And that's why I make these films, Obviously you've got to make them for yourself, and if somebody else, I make these films for me and my memory. Hold on. So this is the Conway Crossing. Before the trucks, I started the trucks in 1990. Before the trucks, I was a wood butcher. Yeah, a shuttering joiner. I'd bluffed my way into this job. Yeah, I was a labourer, and my mate had a job, and all you had to have on this job was get yourself a saw and a bag of tools and tell them you're a joiner, and you used to get on the job. Yeah, and this is Conway, the tunnel, do you know we've just been going through that little tight arch? That was the main road into Wales. This now they've put a tunnel, and we worked on there. So this is before the trucks, but this memory is here forever. All your memories are here. We're going to run through this a little bit. We're going to keep going with it because I know Steve from MCL really enjoyed. You know, we did a little excursion to Wales, didn't we? We did our Welsh trip, and he loved seeing it. So, and he goes down that way. I think he said his missus had family down that way. So this is, and for anyone, this is Conway. This is inside Conway Crossing. Yeah, we'll watch this for a while. It's not the best of quality. It's not the. I went back to visit the boys. I think mainly because I'm not even sure. I think I'm looking at the joints. When I say this is a Conway tunnel, you've seen the projects where they make a tunnel section and then they float it out and sink it, and then they join it all together under the water. Well, here at this point, we would have been under the water. There's two ends. There's a thing called a cut and cover, which is partly tunnel. The tunnel so far down, and then the rest is under the water. So this now would have been the tunnels in place, or that could have been one of the bulkheads there. Yeah. So anyway, you might find this very interesting. You might find it very dull, but this is from 1990. This is, I don't know if the date's on the tape. From around 1990, this is. Yeah. So it's the inside of the walls. Now you just drive through it. It's a tunnel. But this memory now is here forever and a day. Providing, you know, we don't go from the internet and we do some other fangled thing. Do you see, these are the internal tanks that are full of water that ballasts it, that sinks it down. They fill in, they float it out, and then they sink it down. And they were some of the internal tanks full of water that was keeping it down. Yeah. So there we are. Look, there's the entrance. Here we are. I think the last. Just, where are you, boys? When I strong back, you know, I do. You see that's why I do shuttering. It used to be my work before the trucks. That's why I bury everything in concrete, because I'm at sea 1990. How long ago was that? Look at that, you see. And just say bye-bye to the boys. That was the team I was in. I went to find them. I think, there we are. I must have still had my pass, or I must have, you know, when you work in a place, you know how to get into the place, don't you? Yeah. Where are you now, boys? Right. So let me carry on my story. So you can, if you want to, you can just you can make your own. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Look, here we are. I made a buggy. I built a buggy and we're playing it on the beach in Dinerstincla. We're playing with the beach in the buggy. But you don't have to have you can just make up your own channel and watch it for your own interest. And also when people talk to you, do you know when the reason this film's come about is I was talking to George, and here we are. Let's have a look at this one. This was on the Bow Road outside Rundergrove. This was the first time. This was my ever first accident. I've crushed this mini metro up against the railings. A little swine. Do you remember me telling you about the dangers of underneath the door? Well, be quick because you're not going to see much. Look, this is what happens when a little mini metro gets underneath your passenger door. You rip them to pieces with your wheel. Yeah, on a very busy street. But now these memories are safe, aren't they? These memories are safe. When we used to run the Avenger, do the rallying times, when we've been to, when we've been with the family off to Alton Towers or whatever, and then we go along a little bit further. What year is this? This is when we were building. You may have seen this one before. Look, this is when we're putting an engine and a box in a car, the old-fashioned way with a plank and manual labour. Yeah, used to be young and strong one time, but yeah, it's a bit, yeah. So anyway, this is where you can keep your memories, because how many people have done lots of things in their youths, and I'm 64, so a lot of my youth has been on pictures, never had a camera with you. These mobile phones are absolutely amazing, the technology and what you can do, and you're always carrying them with you, and any excuse, you get your phone out and you film it. Well, it does for me, any excuse, you get your phone out. So you can, JJ Brown, yeah, road rallying. The thing is, you sit at a dinner table or a tea time table and you tell people stories, and that's all they are, is stories. It's so fantastic when you can actually take the film. You can say, oh look, here we are, here's Debbie. What's happening here, Deb? Talbot Horizon. You never see them. This is the car in bits now. We're swapping all the bits out of an Avenger into a Sunbeam. Yeah. The old Sierra. Is Debbie coming home? Look. But these are safe now, aren't they? They're not going to get... Look, Debbie borrowed her dad's Talbot Horizon whilst we were swapping the cars over, building on one of the cars. Because Debbie used to go to work in the rally car. We only had our own car on the rally car. Yeah. So, come on, what have we done? They're that far back and they haven't been played for quite a while. But, yeah. We used to be young and wild at one time, Yeah. I think you'll find this is Debbie. I'm pretty sure this is Debbie. Yeah. This'll be... Is that Debbie? Yeah. That'll be Debbie. Gives a flash. Are we going to get a flash? Maybe not. Yeah, we did. So this is my other channel. Reg and Deb Family Fern. And this is where I keep away from my tools and from my other stuff. This is where all the older films are. And this is where some of the family films are. In here somewhere, we got to find them. Christenings. And all that sort of a thing. Here we are. Here's Debbie again. Here comes Debbie. Look, what year is this? Oh, there's no year, right? Yeah. Isn't it? So, and also, those tapes that we've been watching, it's nice to hear the voice of your loved ones, you know, without losing. How many people have lost good people, you know, had lost their parents, and they've lost the voice of their parents, the sound of their parents. Got their memories of things we did, and you know, all the funny things are fantastic. I think that was one of my uncle's parties. Again, look, we've always messed about building stuff. I think we're building a patio there. Yeah. Again, old, you know, you're old. This is Duke. This is Duke at a day at the seas. Oh no, what do bears do in the woods? Well, I'm a big bear, and I've been in the woods, and Debbie has caught me and found me out. I was caught a bit short, and Debbie had found me out. Why'd you go into the woods with a roll of paper? Anyway, yeah, this is the Lake District. So anyway, this is the reason you should make yourselves a YouTube channel to keep your memories safe. So they can't get lost, they can't get damaged, they can't be flooded out, they can't be burnt. Here's Debbie, look, in a strop with the dog, because the dog keeps running in the water. Now, come on. Oh, maybe not. Look. Yeah. He'll get that, and I think he'll go straight in the water. And he's supposed to be coming back into the car with us, but we're trying to keep him dry, and he goes in the water. And Debbie is screaming at him, "Get out the water, you lunatic." Yeah, you've got to go in the car after here, and he wouldn't. But all these sort of things are fantastic. So this is why, for your own, and this is why I make the films. I make the films for me. Yeah. And if anyone else can come along and enjoy it, then all the better. But yeah, this is why now the safest place to keep your memories of all sorts is on YouTube. Make yourself weird. That one's Reg and Deb Family Fern. That one is. You know, and you can even put them private so that, you know, the public can't see if you want to put them into public. I don't really know what these are set on. Maybe that's why the views are very low on them, because it's only me been watching them. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So this is my argument about we should all have our own YouTube channels. I hope I've argued the point enough and I haven't forgotten anything that I meant to put in here. What you can also do is you can look at other people's films. When you've been out with somebody else and they've filmed it and put on YouTube, you can see other people's films. And this is when we had the CF Moto 500, the 4x4, and we used to play on the quads. I don't know what year this is, a good few years ago. Yeah, this is Tom's Farm. This is Foreman 500's film, and that's a film of myself and Lance on the quad out playing. So you've got instant access to your memories and instant access of somebody else's memories on a day out that you were there and you were with. So it's such a fantastic way of keeping your memories safe and having them for forever and a day, you know. This one, watch out for this one. This is Foreman 500. Foreman 500's Tom's Farm. There was a farm in Wales that you could go to and you could mess about with, and he has a fantastic channel of that. Years, what we used to do years and years and years ago. Here we are. We're just kids. I'm standing at the side. Lance said, "Go through there." I says, "I ain't going through there." He says, "Well, I'll go through there." So this is my bike and I'm at the side there. Can you see me? Encouraging him to give it loads and get through the mud. So you can watch yourself in other people's videos as well. Come on, Lance. Come on, keep going. Don't stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the YouTube is such a fantastic resource, and having a mobile phone in your hand with such quality cameras, it's just, it's just amazing. Again, we hadn't been through this bit of water before. We didn't know how deep it was. So I got myself a victim. I said, right, you go through it. So off he goes, and he gets through. But we'll run it for you. You don't know how deep the damn thing is. And then once you're in it, you've got to go for it. You don't have a choice. Right, go, 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 go. But there is if you get stuck, you've got a problem. This is Foreman 500. This is his film. This is his yeah, that's his film. And then Shaki comes through now. Watch, hold on, and you get stuck. Hold on. This is what happens when you get stuck in water. Here we go. Hold on just a minute. We're nearly there. So you see, so you can enjoy, you can put your films on it, but you can share your films. You can go onto other people's. Here we are. We're going to get stuck. Yeah. Watch out. Here we go. Right. You've got no choice. You've got to gun it. You've got to get out of there. You've got to keep going until the thing gets out. You don't have a choice. Oh, to be youthful and strong.